I will talk about the treatment of general reserve and accumulated profits or losses in this video, and I'll explain to you what will be the impact of these items in case of admission of a new partner. Now here I have taken a case where in the liability side of the balance sheet there are two items. Number one, general reserve, which is valued at 60,000, and profit and loss account, which is valued at 30,000. And we are also informed that there are three partners, A, B and C, who are equal partners, and D comes in for 1/4 share. Now in such a case, what will happen is that when D comes in for 1/4 share or for any share, he will not get any benefit of accumulated profits or accumulated reserves which are there in the liability side of the balance sheet, and the benefit of that will be given to the old partners in the old ratio. So you can see over here there are two accumulations given over here. Number one is the general reserve and number two is the profit and loss account. So we'll pass two journal entries to show the impact. It can be done by one journal entry also, but I'll make two journal entries to make the concept more clear. So let's get started and see what are the two journal entries and how it will be benefiting the old partners, because a new partner is not a part and parcel of any accumulated profits or any types of reserves which are there in the balance sheet. So first entry over here, please see very carefully. General reserve account debit to A's capital account to B's capital account to C's capital account. What is the amount? 60,000. What is the PSR? 1:1:1, because they are equal partners. So 60,000 will be divided equally among the three partners A, B and C. So everybody will get 20,000 each. So A's capital 20,000, B's capital 20,000 and C's capital 20,000. Now the second journal entry is profit and loss account debit to A's capital account to B's capital account to C's capital account. What is the amount? 30,000. How will it be distributed? Equally. So therefore each partner will get 10,000 each. So this we have done, and the two journal entries, that is general reserve account debit 60,000 to A's capital to B's capital to C's capital, and profit and loss account to A's capital to B's capital to C's capital. Yes, you can obviously pass a compound journal entry where you can general reserve account debit 60,000, profit and loss account debit 30,000 to A's capital 30,000 to B's capital 30,000 and to C's capital 30,000. That can easily be done. Don't worry. If you find that easier, please do that. Now here I have taken another case. You can see very carefully what is written in the question. There are three partners over here, P, Q and R, and their PSR is 3:2:1. On the date of S's admission, which is a new partner, the balance sheet of the firm shows, apart from other things, general reserve, which is in the liability side, 90,000, and asset side we have the profit and loss account 30,000. It means that there is an accumulated loss of 30,000 which appears in the asset side of the balance sheet. You might wonder why a new profit sharing ratio is not given. It is actually not required, because we know that whatever accumulated profits or losses are there, the new partner will not get any benefit or will not be suffering any losses due to the accumulated losses. Now here we have to pass two journal entries, and the first journal entry will be for the general reserve and the second journal entry will be for the accumulated loss which is appearing in the asset side of the balance sheet. Let's get started and see what are the two journal entries. Please see the PSR is 3:2:1 and the amounts given for general reserve is 90,000 which will be distributed in 3:2:1, and the amount given for the profit and loss, that is the loss accumulated, is 30,000 which will also be divided in the ratio of 3:2:1. So the first journal entry over here will be general reserve account debit to P's capital account to Q's capital account to R's capital account. What is the amount? General reserve 90,000. How will it be distributed? 3:2:1. So 90,000 divided by 6 into 3 gives us 45,000. Divided by 6 into 2 gives us 30,000. And divided by 6 into 1 gives us 15,000. So this is the treatment of general reserve. General reserve 90,000 to P's capital, 45,000 to Q's capital, 30,000 to R's capital, 15,000 because the PSR is 3:2:1. Now let us move on to the next asset side of the balance sheet, profit and loss account, which is an accumulated loss. And when it is an accumulated loss, the partner's account will be debited and the accumulated loss will be credited. So the journal entry will be P's capital account debit, Q's capital account debit, R's capital account debit to profit and loss account. The amount is 30,000 in the credit side, and that will be written in the ratio of 3:2:1. So 30,000 divided by 6 into 3 gives you 15,000. 30,000 divided by 6, that is obviously 5,000 into 2 gives you 10,000, and 30,000 divided by 6 gives you 5,000. So therefore, we have the next journal entry: P's capital account 15,000, Q's capital account 10,000, R's capital account 5,000 to profit and loss account 30,000. So these are the two treatments which we have done. General reserve is in the liability side, therefore it has been debited, and the profit and loss account is in the asset side, therefore it has been credited to negate the impact of the both. Now let us take a case where the entire general reserve will not be distributed among the partners, because in this question it is saying so. You can see very carefully that there are three partners, E, F and G, and they have a profit sharing ratio of 5:3:2. And a new partner H comes in, and after the admission, what is decided? Only to distribute half of the general reserve and keep the rest as a provision for doubtful debts. So what is half of general reserve? You can see over here general reserve is valued at 20,000. Half of that is 10,000. 10,000 will be distributed among the partners, and the rest of the 10,000 will be kept as a provision for doubtful debt. You can see very carefully the balance sheet extract shows you a general reserve of 20,000 and an asset, that is debtors, of 70,000. So let us do this with a single journal entry, which is a very simple one. The journal entry will be general reserve account debit. How much is the amount? 20,000. To provision for doubtful debt. What is 50% of 20,000? 10,000. So that will be kept as a provision. And what are the name of the partners? G, F, E, F and G. And what is the PSR? 5:3:2. So to E's capital account, to F's capital account, and the last one to G's capital account. So 10,000 will be distributed in the ratio of 5:3:2. So very simple. First partner E will get 5,000. Second partner F will get 3,000. And the last partner G will get 2,000. So this is the journal entry where the entire amount of general reserve was not distributed according to the question. Half of it was kept as a provision for doubtful debt, and the remaining was distributed. So with this, we have concluded the treatment of general reserve on admission of the partner.